All right, everybody. I'm going to try to go over some technical flaws that I've seen on some of the lifts, and this goes for pretty much both the clean and jerk and the snatch. So I'm going to use probably the most pathetic weightlifter on the planet, me, as a guide. So let's see if we can get this thing started. So as you can see, my setup. I'm really trying to drive the bar off the floor with leg drive first. And I talked to Carrie. This is primarily to try to help you out, Carrie, who actually, congratulations, hit a PR on a clean and jerk at 195. 50-year-old female who will be going to the games again this year. She's following the program. Good work. So I noticed that some of you may jump up on a bar and just I call it grip and rip. So you're basically not pulling the tension out of the bar. As you can see, I like to try to get my hamstrings involved. Roll the bar to the starting position, which is right above, I guess, the shoelaces, where my shoelaces are in front of my sneakers, because my knees are going to kind of come a little bit forward. As you can see, my knees are a little bit forward in front of the bar. I'm kind of weird on this angle, but because I'm trying to get my quads, I'm trying to get my leg drive initially, and then right before I start my first initiation of the bar moving the ground, first pull, whatever you want to call it, you'll notice that my eyes will come forward, my chest will come up, and now I'm going to try to keep my back as flat as possible. Okay, you may see my hips come up a little bit, but you'll see my knees in front of the bar. My shoulders are pretty much maybe a little bit in front of the bar at this point, or on top, but probably on, they'll go in front of the bar slightly as I start bringing the weight up. And my knees will go back, and then what will happen is, take a look at how my back stays at the same angle, okay? Maybe a little bit up. My hips may rise a little bit, but I'm trying to push my knees back at this point, okay? So now my shins are about vertical, okay? Eyes are forward, all right? I'm not bending the arms yet. So then at this point, once I get past my knees, okay, now I'm going to rebend my knees underneath the bar, and we call it start pulling the bar into the pockets, okay? So now I'm going to rebend the knees underneath, and that's when I'm going to really try to accelerate. It's kind of horrible how I catch it because I'm just not feeling comfortable with this weight. I think this is 195, which is not my max, but today it probably is. Um, so let's do this. So let's start from the beginning and let's go full speed. Come on, full speed. Okay. So I kind of catch high and then I dip down, which it is what it is because I'm really having some hip issues right now and it's just been very difficult. So let's go through this one more time. So set up, trying to get my hamstrings engaged. So that's why I kind of squat down, because I'm trying to uh, get my hamstrings to kind of get tight and then pull. Sorry if I'm not using the right verbiage, but you know, pressing the weight off the floor. So not necessarily just my hamstrings, my quads, my entire leg strength at this point. All right, so push off the floor. Right there, you can see I'm all the way, I'm sitting up. My hips are going to go a little bit higher than my knees. Right now, I'm sitting down into it because I'm trying to stretch my hamstrings out as much as possible because I want to catch that. I want to get that reflex. I want to get that rubber band snap, like my hamstrings are like rubber bands. I'm trying to pull. Now, as soon as I start lifting off the floor, you'll see my hips rise slightly. Okay, coming up a little bit. Now the bar is moving off the floor. Now my hips are a little bit above my knees. It's kind of hard to tell on this angle. So then, but what I did is I pulled the slack out of the bar right before I started, because you don't want to grip and rip. You don't want to just jerk it. You know, if you try to tow a car with a chain or a rope, you're not going to go real fast with the rope loose or the chain loose, because you'll rip the bumper off the car. Okay, you want to pull the tension out. You want to pull the slack out, not the tension. You want to pull the slack out and then go. And that's what I'm doing here. I'm trying to get the slack out of the bar, and now I'm going to use leg drive. Okay, now that I'm at the knees, I'm going to pull the bar into my pockets, rebend my knees. Okay, at this point, I want to wait till my shoulders are back. Now, you'll see me, my arms will bend a little bit because I want that bar to hit my hip crease. Okay, so I should be back on my heels at this point. Okay, a little bit of arm, as long as I have tension in my arms, a little bit of a bend is fine. All right, I do have that tendency to do the head whip. That's just me. So at this point, everything should go straight up. Okay, now my shoulders are above the bar, and I'm going to just triple extend straight up. Everything should triple extend. Okay, now you'll see the bar starting to accelerate north. And at this point, I should be retreating my hips back underneath the bar to catch the weight in the catch position, in the overhead squat position. Okay, right here. Now I should be retreating. Okay. All right. So now I'm punching out. Try to press the ceiling, press out the ceiling, lock it out. My knee should be kind of splaying out a little bit, pushing out. Unfortunately, it's been a real issue with me, but I end up catching it. I end up sticking it, and that's a lift. So sorry, I'm a little beat up, man. I'm not using the proper terminology I really want to, but to the most part, everybody should kind of understand what I'm talking about. This goes the same with the clean and jerk and the snatch, and hopefully a couple of these pointers will help somebody, and we'll go from there. I got a one-on-one with Patty tomorrow. Looking forward to it.